So we are going through exercise 13a. This is question 5, which is asking us to simplify each of the following. So let's look at A, where we have b to the 5, and then the outside of our brackets we have a power of 2. So we're going to be using our third index law, which tells me to multiply my indices. So right here, what I'm going to get is b 5 times 2. Now, what is 5 times 2? 5 times 2 is 10. So that's my answer to that one. Let's now continue on to B. Now, there's actually more than one way to solve B. So what you could do is either first make this reciprocal, and then you could multiply these indices, or you could multiply these indices, then make this a reciprocal. I'm going to make a reciprocal first. So what I mean by that is because I have this negative indice here, I need to make this reciprocal so that I no longer have this as a negative. So I'm going to make this 1 over 3 is going to become 3 over 1. But again, we don't write that over 1, so we just write it as 3. And now instead of negative 2, I can just write it as 2. And then on the outside, I still have this 3. Now I use my third index law, which is going to tell me 3 times 2 is 6. And now you need to know what 3 raised to the 6th power is, and it is 7 to 9. There we go. Highlight that, move on to the next one. All right, so what are we going to do here? So I'm going to use my third index law, which is going to tell me to multiply these. So that's going to be b10. Then I'm going to multiply this, and then I'm going to use my index laws again, my third index law again. I'm going to multiply these, which is going to be b negative 6. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this negative indice, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make this a reciprocal. So it's going to become 1 over b 6, and that's going to be b10 times 1, because 1 raised to the 6 is just 1, and then b6. I then am going to do this, so I'm doing probably more steps than necessary here. Then I'm going to use my second index law to subtract my indices. So 10 minus 6 is going to be b4. And that right there is going to be my answer. So I have b4, 729, and b10. Hopefully that all made sense, and you are now comfortable with answering question 5.